On the day I was diagnosed with cancer, I received a wedding invitation from my boyfriend and my twin sister. They announced it on social media, a crush come true, the prince is finally going to marry the princess. I followed the trend and replied, wishing them a long and happy life. The next second, my boyfriend directly confronted me in the comments, Jiang Rang, you're just seeking attention. Pei Wenwen and Jiang Litan don't need your blessings. That night, I locked the door with 3 locks. But my boyfriend still climbed in through the window and kissed my lips. Jiang Rang, don't be melodramatic, all of this is what you owe Jiang Litan. You have to pay it back. He believed Jiang Litan's framing of me. Decided to use his marriage to atone for me to her. But I have clearly said more than once, I have never done anything to make Jiang Litan depressed. Pei Wenwen climbed in through the window when I had just thrown up after hugging the toilet. The taste of cancer is not very good. I only had a bit of porridge for dinner, but now I still vomit until my eyes are red and the bile rises. Pei Wenwen found me in the bathroom, smelled the wine in the room, and his eyebrows and eyes were pleasantly relaxed. Did you drink? Just because I agreed to marry Tang Tang, are you angry? Pei Wenwen was born with a pair of watery peach blossom eyes. Every time he spoke to me with his eyes curved like this, I felt like I was being loved. So I would lower my stance again and again, begging him to listen to me. I told him, I have never bullied Jiang Litan, the scars on her face were self-inflicted. I swear, I have never plagiarized Jiang Litan's design, she wronged me. But every time Pei Wenwen would believe Jiang Litan after comforting me. As long as Jiang Litan cries in front of him or inadvertently shows the evidence of suicide under the bracelet, Pei Wenwen will believe her and then scold me. Jiang Rang, you have done so many wrong things, you must take responsibility. At this moment, Pei Wenwen put on this expression again, waiting for my confession. But this time, I don't want to explain and plead anymore. I turned my face away and continued to disinfect the toilet with high-proof white liquor. Pei Wenwen was not used to my disregard, coughed lightly, and started a topic again. Old Wu sent a wedding gift. He said, it's particularly exciting, I'm sure you'll be satisfied, try it tonight? I was about to refuse. Suddenly, Pei Wenwen's phone rang. The moment he answered, Jiang Litan's sweet and fragile voice came from the other end. Brother Pei, I just dreamed that you didn't want me anymore. Brother Pei, where are you now? I felt nauseous, holding the toilet and vomiting again. Seeing this, Pei Wenwen hurriedly walked out. I vomited in the bathroom until my liver and intestines were broken. He played a game outside, casually scolding his teammates, while gently coaxing Jiang Litan. Old Gao, you only have 3 fingers? Spreading rice for chickens to peck is better than you playing. Tang Tang, follow me, your husband will protect you. Tang Tang, this is for you to eat, it will increase your attack. I was sweating all over in the bathroom, vomiting until I was dizzy. Fainted on the cold tiles for a full 50 minutes. Pei Wenwen didn't even look. Only the sound of his playing games continued to come through the door crack. Tang Tang, it's too late today, you go to sleep first. Your husband will accompany you tomorrow. Pei Wenwen seriously coaxed Jiang Litan. I struggled to get up, looking at myself in the mirror, with a pale face, dry lips, obviously sick, took a bath in a hurry, and quickly got into bed. At 2 in the morning, Pei Wenwen finally finished his long phone call with Jiang Litan. The mattress sank, and his hot body came up from behind, complaining discontentedly. Jiang Rang, why didn't you prepare the bath water for me? Didn't you help me get my pajamas? He held my waist with both hands and pulled me into his arms. After being someone else's husband, he naturally asked for me. Jiang Rang, you are not a good girlfriend, I will punish you. As he spoke, Pei Wenwen straightened my face and was about to kiss down. I clenched my teeth tightly. Pei Wenwen patiently attacked for a while and soon lost his mood. He stood up from the bed, and his always casual peach blossom eyes were stained with displeasure. Jiang Rang, what kind of temper are you throwing at me? If it weren't for you forcing Jiang Litan to jump off the building with depression, would I marry her? You are afraid to take responsibility for your own mistakes, and I took it for you, and you still want to be angry with me? Where is your face? Pei Wenwen severely blamed me, as if it was very inappropriate for me to refuse to have a relationship with a man who had an engagement. Cancer cells are rampant in my body. It took away my mood to argue with him. I turned over, facing away from Pei Wenwen, and said calmly, I am very tired. If you really want to, you can go find someone else. As soon as the words came out, the air suddenly cooled several degrees. Pei Wenwen stared at my back, his eyes so hot that he wanted to burn me on the spot. Just when I thought he would make a fuss tonight and no one could sleep, he suddenly smiled. Jiang Rang, are you jealous? I kept silent, let him think whatever he wanted. Pei Wenwen took my silence as a default and snorted and laughed. Jiang Rang, Jiang Litan is not the same as you. She is a very pure person, let alone bullying her. I even feel that touching her finger is a desecration. You should compare less with her. That night, Pei Wenwen slept very well. But I tossed and turned, tormented by abdominal pain and unable to sleep. The next day, when I got up from the bed, it was already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Pei Wenwen was gone, but there were dozens of messages on my phone, all from him. Jiang Litan wants to drink the soup you made, make it and bring it over. Jiang Rang, if it weren't for you, Jiang Litan's fingers wouldn't be broken. She just asked you to make a bowl of soup, don't be melodramatic. Jiang Rang, are you not awake yet? Are you so lazy? Are you pregnant? Jiang Rang, where is the soup? Why don't you reply to my message? Are you really pregnant? The most recent message came half an hour ago. I had a splitting headache and was about to reply. But suddenly Pei Wenwen broke in, took my wrist without saying a word, and pulled me out. What are you doing? I gritted my teeth and struggled. Pei Wenwen's face was gloomy, his lips tight, and his gaze swept from my face to my abdomen. But he was more angry than me. Jiang Rang, Tang Tang and I are going to get married. If you have my child, you must have it aborted immediately. I won't give you the chance to use this illegitimate child to hurt her. Pei Wenwen and I have been together for 7 years, never taking any measures, relying on me to take medicine. Sometimes, when I accidentally forgot, I was scared and anxious in the house. He would say with a smile, if you're pregnant, give birth, I can afford to raise it. But after Jiang Litan returned to the country, everything changed. He now said that it was impossible to give me the opportunity to use a child to hurt Jiang Litan. I sneered a few times, feeling that I had never known Pei Wenwen. I took a deep breath and shook my head at Pei Wenwen, I'm not pregnant. He didn't believe it, and directly took me to the hospital, even calling his female secretary to accompany me to urinate. Sister Jiang, Mr. Pei is also worried about your body. Just urinate here, I'll watch you. The door of the women's toilet compartment was wide open. Under the gaze of Pei Wenwen's assistant, I held the urine cup in my hand, took off my pants. Slowly reached for between my legs. The whole process of urination, my heart was violently painful. Pei Wenwen has been the favored child since he was a child. I chased him desperately in order to be closer to him in those years. I don't hate it. He and I fell in love, but he believed my sister and took revenge for her. I don't hate it either. But now, Pei Wenwen killed my dignity. I don't love him anymore. An hour and a half later, the test results came out. The report showed that I was not pregnant. Pei Wenwen stared at the paper, breathed a sigh of relief, but asked discontentedly. Jiang Rang, you're not pregnant. Why are you reacting so much? Look at the expression on your face now. It's like I'm going to kill your child, and you're going to kill me. He said, putting his arm around me, speaking earnestly. Jiang Rang, I want to give Tang Tang a fulfilling marriage. You can't be pregnant, nor are you worthy of being pregnant. Anyway, we're at the hospital now. Why don't you just get an IUD while you're at it? I dodged his touch. In full view of everyone, I raised my hand and slapped Pei Wenwen with all my might. Pei Wenwen, you don't deserve to have children with me. Aren't you curious why I've been vomiting all the time? I'll tell you, it's because I'm sick, I'm dying. My eyes full of pain, for the first time, I revealed my true feelings to him. But Pei Wenwen just covered his swollen cheek, sneering, Jiang Rang, to avoid getting an IUD, you even make up such an excuse? No wonder I didn't see through your disguise in the past 7 years. He didn't believe me. It's clear that we were in the hospital, and he could easily confirm that I wasn't lying just by taking me for a checkup. But he still refused to believe. He only speculated about me with the most vicious mindset. My heart was completely cold, looking at Pei Wenwen, the person who had been with me for 7 years, and said calmly, Pei Wenwen, let's break up. From now on, whatever you want to do is none of my business. After that, I went back to the house, quickly packed my ID and bank card, and prepared to leave. But not long after, Pei Wenwen came in with a bunch of flowers. He put the flowers beside me and announced condescendingly, "Jiang Rang, it's not interesting to be angry after such a little temper. You know, I can't always coax you." I picked up the suitcase. The flowers on the suitcase fell to the ground and the petals were completely crushed by the wheels. Pei Wenwen's expression was slightly stunned and his expression darkened instantly. "Jiang Rang, are you serious?" I didn't respond. I quickly left with my luggage. But standing on the road, I realized that I had nowhere to go. Although Jiang Litan and I are twins, Jiang Litan is naturally weak, and our parents all favor her, seeing me as a thorn in their eyes. Now my boyfriend, no, my ex-boyfriend, also stands on her side. I have no home to return to. In the end, I booked a room for myself in a hotel. I eat on time every day, go to bed early, and take my medicine on time. I am still young, and I don't want to leave this beautiful world so quickly. But no matter how hard I try, the cancer cells still ravage my body. The more I vomit, the more I feel dizzy and weak. After fainting in the room again without warning, I started browsing for urns and shrouds. If I don't prepare these things for myself, it's likely that no one will do it for me. Jiang Litan was disfigured, suffered, and could no longer engage in her favorite career because of me. Although she has no evidence to prove that I did it. But everyone chose to believe her. So, if I die as such a villain, they should only be happy to celebrate, not to deal with my funeral. After choosing the style, I chose the same City Express, the best to arrive tonight. The doorbell rang, I was sweating all over and opened the door, but the person standing outside was not a courier, but my sister Jiang Litan. She had long hair draped over her shoulders, wearing a white strapless dress. When she saw me, she shrank back in fear, subconsciously trying to hide in her mother's arms. It was Pei Wenwen who helped her. She stood trembling and handed me a wedding invitation with my name on it. "Sister, you did something wrong when you were young, I have forgiven you. Next Wednesday is my wedding, as a member of my family, you must come." Jiang Litan finished, then looked at Pei Wenwen with wet eyes. "You did well." Pei Wenwen stroked her hair and praised. My mother glared at me for her, sneering, "Your sister has forgiven you. What kind of face are you still putting on? Hurry up and thank her." They wanted me to be moved by Jiang Litan's magnanimity, to cry and start over. But I looked at her provocative eyes and just said "oh," and then I was about to close the door. "I know, you can go." The scene of the villain being edified did not appear as expected. My mother's face turned cold suddenly. "Jiang Rang, what kind of attitude is this?" She turned Jiang Litan's arm and showed me the scars on it that had not yet healed. "Jiang Rang, you bullied your sister in the womb, sucked her nutrients, and almost caused her to be rescued twice as soon as she was born. Over the years, she has repeatedly persuaded herself to forgive you. How can you even refuse to apologize? Jiang Rang, you are not my daughter at all, you are a devil." She pushed me hard. I was caught off guard, and my head hit the ground heavily. She then straddled me, slapping me in the face wildly. "You little beast, you bitch, how could I have given birth to a bastard like you?" I was beaten so hard that my ears were buzzing, and the blood in my throat was surging. In my sight, Jiang Litan timidly leaned her head on Pei Wenwen. "Brother Pei, she bullied me like this in junior high school. I don't want to see her being slapped, I'm scared." Upon hearing this, Pei Wenwen's eyes were full of pity. He reached out and hugged Jiang Litan, looking down and said, "Tang Tang, don't be afraid. Look, she is being punished now." An intense sense of humiliation enveloped my whole body. I don't know where the strength came from. I grabbed my mother's wrist and threw her off me. Seeing this, Jiang Litan screamed, collapsed, and grabbed her hair, screaming, she's coming, Brother Pei, protect me." Pei Wenwen was very embarrassed. I was clearly a meter away from Jiang Litan. But as soon as she was scared, Pei Wenwen gave me a kick. I was kicked by him and flew back, hitting the table with my back, and the bottles of medicine on it fell down instantly. I was holding my stomach, in pain as if I would die the next second. But in my sight, Pei Wenwen was still approaching me step by step. There was no worry in his eyes, only deep disgust. Jiang Rang, a simple apology could solve it. Why do you have to make everyone unhappy? He wanted me to apologize to Jiang Litan for the things I didn't do, to feel guilty and admit my mistake. I can't do it. My mother was furious and pounced on me again, clutching my throat tightly. Jiang Rang, go to hell. If I knew you would become like this, I shouldn't have given birth to you in the first place. Her eyes were disgusted, and she really wanted me to die. My face turned red from suffocation. I looked up, looking at the faces of my mother, Pei Wenwen, and Jiang Litan one by one. From the mess on the ground, I handed over the gastric cancer diagnosis. I am indeed dying soon. You will be able to wish soon. What nonsense are you talking about? Pei Wenwen grabbed my diagnosis and casually threw it aside, not even looking at it. Seeing that I was about to suffocate to death, the courier who had just got off the elevator rushed up and pulled my mother away from me. What are you doing? 3 people bullying a girl, are you ashamed? He firmly protected me behind him and looked at me with concern under Pei Wenwen's dark face. Are you okay? Do you need me to call the police for you? I was gasping violently and couldn't speak. Seeing that I was struggling, the courier hurriedly helped me to breathe. Pei Wenwen couldn't stand others being close to me, his eyes were full of anger, and he laughed angrily. Jiang Rang, Tang Tang is right, you really know how to pretend to be pitiful. He was arrogant. The courier glanced at him, immediately got angry, and said, pretend? She's so uncomfortable, and you still say she's pretending? Then pretend one for me to see. Pei Wenwen was speechless and turned his head dismissively. But my mother's eyes lit up. She picked up the box brought by the courier. Jiang Rang, Tang Tang is suffering because of you every day. Why do you deserve to use good things? She tore open the box violently. I tried to stop it loudly, but no one listened. With a bang, the urn I bought for myself fell to the ground. People looked at it, then at the young-style shroud, and their faces turned green and white, asking me, Jiang Rang, why did you buy these things? Because I'm dying. My face was haggard, with medicine bottles scattered around, and what I said was the truth. But when Jiang Litan screamed suddenly, the trace of worry in Pei Wenwen's eyes immediately turned into disgust. Tang Tang, what's wrong? He held Jiang Litan in his arms and comforted her patiently. But Jiang Litan looked at me fearfully, repeating incessantly, Sister, I was wrong. Please don't kill me. Let me go. Let me go. In Jiang Litan's accusations, Wenwen finally realized why I was buying these things. He crushed the urn and threw the shroud on my face. Jiang Rang, that's enough. Tang Tang is your sister. You can't do this to her. From now on, I will protect Tang Tang well, and you don't want to try to hurt her again. After that, he took Jiang Litan's hand and left. I was not reconciled, shouting at their backs, Pei Wenwen, I didn't want to hurt her. The one who's going to die is me. But Pei Wenwen just snorted coldly, not even turning his head. Just die then. Stop pretending to be a ghost. The noisy corridor gradually returned to silence as they left. Only the courier picked up the report that had been trampled with shoe prints on the ground and looked at it carefully. You are sick, he said, and then he picked me up from the ground and took me to the hospital. Miss Jiang, you are now in the early stage of gastric cancer and need surgery as soon as possible. Where are your family members? Call them over, let's discuss the treatment plan. The doctor's eyes were gentle, and she valued my life very much. But no one else except her hoped that I would live. I lowered my head and replied, embarrassed, I don't have a family. The doctor paused, and then asked, what about friends or a boyfriend? I was silent for a moment, then shook my head again. The doctor let me be hospitalized. I couldn't bear to disappoint her kindness, so I really stayed in the hospital. The patients in the same room, knowing that I had no relatives, were all very enthusiastic towards me. I lived a quiet and regular life here. Until one morning, before I woke up, my phone kept ringing. Jiang Rang, you dare to be late for Tang Tang's wedding? Don't you want this family anymore? Pei Wenwen's friends all knew that you used to be Pei Wenwen's girlfriend, now they are getting married, and you're not coming. What do you let others say about Tang Tang? My mother's sharp and mean voice came from the other end. I was stunned for 2 seconds before I realized that today was Wednesday. Jiang Litan and Pei Wenwen's wedding was starting. Jiang Litan has always liked to take my things since she was a child. At first, Pei Wenwen chased me for half a year, and I didn't dare to agree, for fear that if I were with him, Jiang Litan would take him away. In the end, it was Pei Wenwen who promised personally that he only wanted me. I was with him for 7 years and brought him back home. But I never expected that after Pei Wenwen came home with me, Jiang Litan would show her those photos and videos of me bullying her. Pei Wenwen came home with me, wanting to see my parents and then marry me. But Jiang Litan only took a few words and changed the bride to herself. Even so, everyone still thinks I'm bullying her. Clearly, the one who has been losing all the time is only me. I won't go. I regained my senses and said to my mother calmly, "You never treated me as a daughter. If you want to disown me because I don't go, then disown me. I don't want to recognize a mother who is biased." After that, I hung up the phone directly. Because of the emotional ups and downs, my stomach hurt again. I was sweating all over and lying in bed, hoping that all this would end soon. But just as I was about to despair, a low and magnetic male voice suddenly came out of the phone's receiver. "Jiang Rang? Can you hear me?" I was startled, looked down, and found that the phone that hadn't been locked was still on. It showed that I was on a call with Shiju. Shiju is the brother who grew up with me. When I was in junior high school, I just learned to draw and often pestered him to be my model. Shiju is cold and has few words, but he never refuses my requests. Jiang Litan is not used to seeing people treat me well, always breaking into the room when I draw, coughing and saying to Shiju, "Brother Shi, my sister can also draw trees. Can you let her draw trees and accompany me to take medicine?" If it were my parents, they would definitely abandon me without hesitation when they heard Jiang Litan say this. But Shiju is Shiju. It's because he always chooses me at all times. Taking medicine is your own business, it has nothing to do with me. Jiang Litan was mercilessly rejected, once, twice, 3 times. Her eyes were full of unwillingness and jealousy. Finally, when Shiju came to the door again, she lied to Shiju, saying that I had locked myself in the basement. Shiju couldn't find me, and according to her guidance, she went downstairs with her. But as soon as they went down, Jiang Litan took off her clothes, messed up her hair, and screamed loudly, attracting her mother. She said, Shiju forced her. Everyone believed it, including Shiju's parents. They dropped out of school for Shiju, moved to another part of the city. Since then, I never dared to see Shiju again. I know I have implicated him. If he was like everyone else and only had Jiang Litan in his eyes, Jiang Litan would not have made a move on him. After this happened, I became silent. But Jiang Litan fell in love with the feeling of framing me. She cut her wrist, hid the knife in my bedroom, and then appeared in front of her parents with blood all over her body, crying. If I had known that calling the police to arrest Shiju would make my sister hate me so much, I would have held back at the beginning. She made herself dirty on the eve of the award ceremony, and then went on stage in a tattered dress, looking at me sadly. "Sister, my honor is your honor. You don't have to do this." She shed a tear. I became a villain who was jealous of her sister. No one believed my explanation. Except for Shiju. He understood my speechlessness, and as soon as we met, he hugged me tightly. "Let it out. Cry if you want to. I'm here for you." I cried loudly in Shiju's arms. Crying for the wronged me. Crying even more because of me, the wronged him. In the end, I was tired and fell asleep in Shiju's arms. I didn't know that the wedding of Jiang Litan and Pei Wenwen, because of my absence, had not started. "Brother Pei, my sister didn't come to our wedding. She didn't want me to be happy, did she? I have already forgiven her, and I don't hold a grudge against her for the harm she once did to me. Why does she still have to make things difficult for me?" Her voice was soft, with a sense of heartbreak that had been cultivated for many years. It made my father hold her in his arms and comfort her repeatedly. "What's so important about that dead girl coming or not? Tang Tang, Dad is here. Dad will always be with you." He affectionately wiped away the tears for the bride, Jiang Litan. Turning his head, he looked at my mother who was still standing there, and scolded, "What are you standing there for? Call Jiang Rang. She has bullied Tang Tang for so many years, and today she should atone." Seeing my mother still unable to recover, my father directly took her phone and wanted to call me again. Before, I still had hope for my family. As long as it was a call from my mother, no matter what she wanted to say, I would answer in seconds. But now, no one answered the calls. My father was anxious and angry, but there was nothing he could do, and could only urge Pei Wenwen, son-in-law, if Jiang Rain doesn't come, let's start as soon as possible, don't miss the auspicious time. But no matter what he said, Pei Wenwen always had a gloomy face, staring at the door. I married Jiang Litan to atone for Jiang Rang. Why isn't she here? He insisted on waiting for me. And my mother, who couldn't recover, suddenly became angry when she heard this. Jiang Rang won't come. She said she wants to disown us. She has done so many wrong things, Tang Tang has forgiven her, why is she still holding a grudge? The more my mother said it, the stranger she felt. In the end, she even reflected. Tang Tang, Jiang Rang hasn't bullied you in the past few years. Why did you think she was trying to kill you when you saw the urn that day? Jiang Litan was taken aback by the question, and seeing everyone's gaze fall on her face, she started to cry helplessly again. Mom, Pei Wenwen was Jiang Rang's boyfriend, and he's going to marry me. Jiang Rang must hate me. But what's my fault? The idea of atonement wasn't even proposed by me. Her words made Pei Wenwen's expression a bit better. After all, I was willing to stand up to Jiang Rang for Pei Wenwen, which at least proved that I cared about Pei Wenwen. Not like when I said goodbye that day, so indifferent. Pei Wenwen thought about it and called my phone again. Jiang Rang, where are you? But what came from the other end of the receiver was not me, but a deep male voice. Rang is tired and sleeping. What do you want with her? As soon as Pei Wenwen heard Shiju voice, he became furious. He ripped off the groom's boutonniere and questioned Shiju, who are you, where is Jiang Rang? Shiju, however, ignored his anger and hung up the phone directly. Pei Wenwen was so angry that he had nowhere to vent, kicked over the champagne tower, and rushed out of the scene to look for me everywhere. He thought marrying Jiang Litan was to atone for me. But how could he bear it when I had another man with me while he was atoning? The groom ran away. Jiang Litan has never lost so much face since she was a child. She was so angry that she didn't even take off her wedding dress and chased after Pei Wenwen's back, cursing and swearing. All kinds of dirty words kept coming out of her mouth. My parents looked at her and felt strange, but they still firmly held her back. Tang Tang, don't get excited. Your wedding with Pei Wenwen really needs Jiang Rang to witness it. When we find her, we will definitely let you do it again. When Jiang Litan heard her parents' words, her hatred for me deepened immediately. She made a phone call and soon found out which hospital I was in. Upon learning that I had stomach cancer, she laughed out loud, and the gloom in her eyes disappeared. She quickly came to the door. My good sister, so you are really dying. In the afternoon, Jiang Litan, with high spirits, broke in. Looking at my haggard figure on the hospital bed, she laughed heartily, her eyes full of mockery. Jiang Rang, let's talk about how pitiful your life is. Your parents don't love you, your boyfriend doesn't believe you, you can't compete with me, and now you're going to lose your life? When there are no outsiders, Jiang Litan is no longer disdainful to hide her ugly face. She reached out and poked my face with her sharp nails, proudly showing me the pink diamond on her ring finger. Jiang Rang, you like this very much. But what if you like it? Pei Wenwen still gave it to me. He is so gullible, I just showed him a few photos, and he thought you were the villain. Such a man who can be easily obtained, if it weren't for you to protect like a treasure in the past 7 years, I am really lazy to hook. You say, you have had Shiju, why would you choose such a character? The more Jiang Litan said, the higher her chin raised. I was helpless and painful, my eyelashes blinked, and tears fell instantly. So, when you wished Shiju to force you, was it really just because he was good to me? I don't understand. But Jiang Litan seemed to have heard something ridiculous, rolling her eyes and saying, what else? Everyone loves me, why is he different? Jiang Rang, I tell you, everything in this world, as long as I want, has to be mine. If you just want to snatch it, you have to die. How ridiculous, she already has so much, but she is still staring at my things. I took a deep breath and sighed. Jiang Litan, you won, I am now suffering from cancer and dying. When I die, my parents and Pei Wenwen will all be yours. You should be satisfied. I stepped back, step by step. Jiang Litan enjoyed this feeling very much, she sneered, pulled out the 4 needle on the back of my hand. Then she slowly strangled her own neck with the infusion tube. My good sister, only you care about those dirty things. Those poor parents only give me 20,000 pocket money a month. What can this money do? When you die, they will soon accompany you. After all, the high insurance I bought for them should have played its role. As for Pei Wenwen, he is quite handsome. I may accompany him for a few days, but who knows what will happen in the future. After Jiang Litian finished speaking, she began to slap herself. She was like a madman, after slapping herself dozens of times. Grabbed my hair and pulled me off the bed. My good sister, anyway, you are about to die. Help me one last time. Jiang Litian finished speaking. The door of the ward was opened again. Pei Wenwen strode in and saw Jiang Litian entangled with me. His face immediately sank. Jiang Rang, let go of Tang Tang. Pei Wenwen's gaze fell on me. Seeing the infusion tube still wrapped around Jiang Litian's neck, he immediately pushed me aside and carefully helped her up. Tang Tang, are you okay? His face was full of concern, looking at me with disappointment. But before he could scold me, several nurses rushed into the ward together. They pointed at Jiang Litian and told the security guard behind them, hurry up and drive this madman out. She disturbed our patients. The security guard heard the words and immediately took action. But Jiang Litian was crying with her head down, complaining wrongly, look at my face, it's obviously her bullying me. How can you reverse black and white like this? Just at this moment, my parents rushed in from outside the door. As soon as they saw Jiang Litian's swollen face, they rushed towards me. Bitch! You dare to hit your sister? I'll kill you! Just as they were about to touch me, Churju, who had come back to buy dessert for me, came back. He grabbed one with one hand and threw them to the wall. My parents' bones were broken, and they immediately started to cry out in pain. Pei Wenwen's face changed immediately when he saw this. He sneered and said, are you the new lover Jiang Rang found? How did she deceive you? Man, don't blame me for not warning you, this woman is not as innocent as she looks. Before Pei Wenwen could finish speaking, Shiju had punched him in the face. Shut up, you brainless thing. Everyone in the room was speaking for Jiang Litian. I smiled, my heart was painful, but I felt an indescribable pleasure. Nurse, can you play the monitor in the ward just now? As soon as I heard about the monitor, Jiang Litian screamed and tried to stop it. But, it's too late. As early as when I decided to treat, I guessed that Jiang Litian would definitely appear, so I specifically asked Shiju to install the monitor, just for this moment. On the 72-inch big TV, Jiang Litian's proud figure when she came in was quickly reflected. Pei Wenwen looked at her on TV and then looked at the weak Jiang Litian beside him. His face was green and white, and he couldn't believe his eyes at all. After the monitor was over, everyone in the room was quiet. The parents who were called poor were shocked. Pei Wenwen, who gave up for her, was even more broken. Jiang Litian tried to explain with tears that those were not her inner words, but the monitor was not edited. No matter what she says now, no one believes it. After many years, Shiju sued Jiang Litian for the crime of nominal infringement. Jiang Litian wanted to argue, but her heartbroken parents were no longer willing to take care of her. They surrounded me, apologizing and flattering me. I'm sorry, Rang, Mom and Dad didn't know you suffered so much injustice. They were heartbroken for Jiang Litian, so they thought of me. But I won't pay attention to their cheap repentance. I turned my face away and asked the security guard to drive people away. The single ward quickly returned to silence, and Shiju and I smiled at each other. Finally, we are all free from the old dreams. Pei Wenwen, ever since he found out that he was deceived by Jiang Litian, he started to send a bunch of flowers to the ward every day. Sometimes it's roses, sometimes it's hydrangeas. Without exception, there are cards in the flowers. Jiang Rang, I know I was wrong, can we talk? Jiang Rang, I know you are sick, very sick, as long as you let me see you, I will definitely find a way to help you. Let me see you for the last time, I'm so afraid that suddenly, I will never see you again. He said this to a cancer patient who was about to have surgery. I hadn't even finished reading the note. Shiju snatched it and tore it up. Idiot. I told him to get lost. He was about to go downstairs to drive away Pei Wenwen, who almost every night stood downstairs, looking at my ward. But I stopped Shiju, blinked coquettishly, and whispered a few words in his ear. Shurju was a bit shocked after listening, but he has never refused me, and of course, he didn't this time either. Under my arrangement, Pei Wenwen met with me on the night before my surgery, 10 days later. He looked at my emaciated body, tense all over, like a bow pulled to its limit. Also like a dog that was abandoned by its owner but found its way back. I looked at him and thought his pretentious, affectionate appearance was ridiculous. The corners of my lips rose, and I really laughed. Pei Wenwen, what do you want to say by seeing me? Pei Wenwen was stunned, then suddenly knelt down, tenderly took my hand. I'm sorry, wife. I didn't know you were sick. If I had known you were so seriously ill, I would never have believed Jiang Litan. He swore. I gave a bitter smile and asked lightly, Pei Wenwen, didn't you really know? When you took me to the hospital to check for pregnancy, when you brought Jiang Litan to deliver the wedding invitation to me, I told you I was sick, I was dying. But you didn't believe it. Why didn't you believe it? In my accusation, Pei Wenwen's face gradually turned pale. He stammered and explained, I'm sorry, Jiang Rang, I thought that was just a means for you to keep me. I'm sorry, Jiang Rang, I really love you. Please forgive me, okay? Pei Wenwen, such a proud person, knelt in front of me, tears streaming down his face, constantly slapping himself in the face, begging for my forgiveness. If it weren't for the accidental delivery of his meal, I heard him talking to his friends on the phone. His tone was full of obscenity when he mentioned me. I would probably really believe that he was sincerely repentant. They are twins! How many men in the world have the fortune to enjoy this? Anyway, Jiang Rang has a soft temper, and I'm sure to eat it. I might as well not marry for free. It's a pure buy one get one free. Pei Wenwen's words at that time still seemed to ring in my ears. He never thought about atoning for me. I just thought it was novel and I could try it, but I had to blame it on me. How could I not hate him? Thoughts came back. I looked at Pei Wenwen in front of me. His cheeks were swollen, his eyes were full of memories, and I sighed softly, gently stroking the top of his head. Pei Wenwen, I love you so much. How could I blame you? If I can survive, I will definitely forgive you. But if I can't make it, I want to ask you to go to see the snow-capped mountains in the world every anniversary of our relationship for me. I have never been to such a high place. I gave Pei Wenwen hope. His eyes lit up for it, and he waited for 10 hours outside my surgery. But when the operating room door opened, the doctor told him that Jiang Rang was dead. Pei Wenwen couldn't accept it. Holding my fake body prepared by Shurju, he was so sad that he fainted. When he woke up again, Shurju had already cremated me. Pei Wenwen arranged a grand and luxurious funeral for me, and as he personally placed my ashes in the tomb. Shurju had already arranged the transfer procedures for me. My surgery was very successful, and after observing in the hospital in the neighboring city for a while, Shurju took me back home directly. He took care of me for half a year. Autumn passed, spring came back. As another early summer came, I confessed to Shurju. Shurju's cheeks turned red because of my liking. After stammering for a long time, he took out a 3-carat ring from his pocket. Let, I've wanted to ask for a long time, will you be my girlfriend? This letter from youth made me very happy. After confirming the relationship with Shurju, we quickly took a plane to the other end of the earth and started an open-ended vacation. Shurju is very principled and wise in doing things. So he was financially free at a young age and worked hard to support his girlfriend. The following year, Shurju proposed to me. I smiled and agreed, and in the same year, in addition to our wedding, 2 other good things happened. The first is that my body has recovered very well, and there is no sign of recurrence. And the second is about Pei Wenwen. He insisted on climbing the snow-capped mountain on the anniversary of our relationship, but encountered an avalanche. When the helicopter rushed to save him, he had been exposed to cold for too long, and his legs were already numb. He was amputated. So when we met again, Pei Wenwen, who was always high up, became the one who needed to look up to me. I snuggled up to Shurju, and his eyes were unbelievable. Jiang Rang, you're not dead? Yes. I smiled on my face, very vindictive, and replied, thanks to Mr. Pei, I'm living very well. Pei Wenwen saw this, his lips trembled in pain. Over the years, he has not tortured Jiang Litan and Zhang's parents for me. Now, he realizes that he was deceived. But he can't say anything, he can only keep his proud head down forever. Jiang Rang, I wish you happiness. He might be sincere. I passed by him, not caring at all. Of course, I will be happy. It's just that this happiness has nothing to do with him and the Jiang family.